In the Niassa Reserve, the camera ventures into a realm where survival dictates every moment. The cracked earth, imprinted with fresh tracks, tells tales of relentless hunts and desperate escapes. Here, silence does not bring peace. It hums with tension. A subtle rustle through the dry grass, a barely audible sound, can awaken an ancient instinct, the fight to live or die. Beneath the scorching sun, life unfolds as an endless pursuit. Predators move with calculated patience, while those being hunted rely on agility and sharp senses to evade capture. Hunger drives the attack, fear sparks reaction, and within this delicate balance, battles are fought often unseen, yet their impact is etched across the land. Niassa is more than a sanctuary. It is a living stage where each day is a rigorous test. Every breath matters. Every choice can mean the end or a chance to survive another day. In this untamed corner of Africa, life is never guaranteed. It is earned, defended, and risked in an ongoing struggle that continues even when the lens goes dark. Under the relentless sun, and across the cracked red earth scorched by drought, life in the Niassa Reserve finds a way to endure with remarkable resilience. The rainy season stretches from November to April, bringing an annual rainfall ranging from 600 to 1,300 millimeters, gradually decreasing from west to east. Average temperatures hover between 24 and 25 degrees Celsius, though in July they can drop near 10 degrees Celsius, while the hottest days of October often exceed 35 degrees Celsius. Every 3.3 years, wildfires sweep across roughly 45% of the reserve. Early dry season fires play a vital role in the ecosystem, clearing accumulated leaf litter, stimulating new plant growth, and sustaining vegetation diversity. Late-season fires, however, pose a serious threat, striking when the soil is weakened and temperatures soar, endangering the delicate ecological balance. Among forests and rocky outcrops, more than 16,000 African savanna elephants roam, alongside roughly 12,000 sable antelopes, about 800 lions, and over 350 African wild dogs. Niassa is home to one of the largest remaining populations of lions and wild dogs in southeastern Africa. And shelters endemic species such as the Niassa wildebeest, Boehm's zebra, and Johnston's impala. The Lugenda and Rovuma rivers wind through the landscape like green ribbons, supporting over 40 species of fish and providing sanctuary to hippos and Nile crocodiles. Above, more than 400 bird species, from the African pittas to Taita falcons, soar over blackened treetops and calm river channels. Miombo woodlands cover more than 70% of the reserve, dominated by Brachystegia, Julbernardia, and Isobelinia trees. This biome shapes much of the struggle for survival for the local wildlife. It sustains herds of sable antelopes, kudus, and impalas, which move and feed beneath the dappled light filtering through the open canopy. In this environment, silent predators exploit every lapse in vigilance. They traverse tens of kilometers each day, crossing scorching clearings and continuing their hunt, even when water is scarce and their strength is tested to the limit. Amid this relentless cycle of hunt and escape, the bush pig roots through the dry earth in search of food, turning over the soil as it moves. Unintentionally, this simple act creates shelters for insects, lizards, and underground fungi, and even prepares the ground for new life to emerge. As the bush pig cautiously navigates beneath the forest canopy, a sudden roar bursts through the trees, deep, commanding, and unmistakable, reminding the entire woodland who reigns supreme here. The lion. One call alone can silence, if only for a moment, even the parched riverbed. Lions do not hunt alone. They live and hunt as a group. Every pursuit is a test of patience and silent coordination, followed by a swift and lethal strike. Typically, one or two lionesses flank the prey from the sides or behind, while the rest of the pride waits at key points, anticipating possible escape routes. Every movement is carefully calculated to corner the prey, leaving no way out. Yet holding the crown is never easy. Each hunt is a gamble. Every failed attempt drains immense energy. And every roar risks drawing rivals watchful hyenas ready to steal the catch, or even silent crocodiles lying in wait along the riverbank. Even with a success rate rarely exceeding 20 to 30%, lions do not give up. They wait, observe, and creep forward in silence, trusting that patience will once again tip the balance in their favor. In the distance, a sharp, prolonged laugh echoes through the savannah. It is not a sign of joy, but a declaration of presence. The spotted hyena has arrived. This is no casual sound. It is a call to the clan, a clear warning, the announcement of a hunt that may stretch from nightfall to dawn. Like lions, spotted hyenas are formidable predators whose success depends on the strength of the group. They hunt with near-perfect coordination, each individual performing a precise role, expanding their reach across tens of kilometers in a single night. This species is remarkable for its extraordinary endurance. Hyenas can pursue prey over long distances, taking turns to maintain relentless pressure until the animal collapses from exhaustion. When the victim falters, stumbles, or slows down, the pack strikes, a series of swift, accurate bites to the legs, flanks, and neck brings the prey down, leaving it little chance to defend itself. The spotted hyena's anatomy seems perfectly designed for this prolonged pursuit. Its jaws are exceptionally strong, with a bite force estimated at up to 100 pounds per square inch. The massive skull can crush large bones, while shorter hind legs and powerful forequarters provide stability and stamina during the chase. Its digestive system wastes almost nothing: meat, bones, skin, tendons. What other predators leave behind becomes a feast. The spotted hyena is an opportunistic carnivore, feeding on everything from decomposing carcasses to freshly killed prey. With their numbers and aggressiveness, they will even challenge lions or leopards to claim a meal. Despite common misconceptions, their hunting prowess is impressive. Studies show spotted hyenas achieve a success rate of 60–80%, far higher than many other large predators. When feeding, a single adult can consume up to 14.5 kilograms of meat in one sitting. In this way, hyenas serve a dual role in the ecosystem: skilled hunters and natural cleaners. By consuming both live animals and carcasses, including bones, they help regulate populations, reduce the spread of disease, and maintain balance in their environment. A sneeze breaks the silence of the forest. It may seem trivial, almost harmless, yet it marks the start of one of the most precise, relentless, and efficient hunts in all of Africa. The African wild dog is an extraordinary predator, capable of achieving success rates of up to 90%, almost 3 times that of the lion. These sounds are not mere involuntary reactions. They serve as tactical signals. They communicate direction, warn of danger, or adjust the pack's formation. When repeated persistently, they indicate maximum alertness, a code that keeps the group cohesive and ready to act. African wild dog hunts are neither chaotic nor impulsive. Every individual knows its role. The pack divides the approach, gauges the perfect moment, and advances strategically. They follow fresh tracks, recent scents, and the wind's direction with careful stealth during the initial phase. Once the prey enters range, the pace changes dramatically. The pack accelerates, spreads out, and applies continuous pressure from multiple angles. The African wild dog's body is built for endurance. An elongated skeleton, deep chest, long legs, and absence of dew claws allow it to sustain speeds close to 60 km/h for several minutes. Its flexible musculature and highly efficient respiratory system give it stamina far beyond most large predators. As they close in, the attack is precise. Unlike lions, which often aim for the neck, wild dogs target the abdomen, flanks, or hind legs areas that quickly exhaust the prey without a single decisive strike. In under 15 minutes, a 50-kilogram antelope can be brought down and consumed on the spot. Unlike many carnivores, the food is not reserved for the strongest or most dominant. Pups, injured individuals, and older members eat first. This rare social equity is only observed in species with highly organized social structures, such as elephants or certain primates. This cooperation strengthens the bonds within the pack and increases the survival chances of every member. In my view, if the title of King of Predators were based on efficiency, teamwork, and hunting success, the African wild dog would be the clear candidate on the Niassa Plains. Yet if reign is measured by symbolic power, dominant presence, and the ability to command respect without striking, the lion remains the undisputed sovereign. In Niassa, there is not a single king, there is a balance of forces, each predator ruling in its own way. When night falls, the savannah is far from silent. Contrary to popular imagination, it is then that the entire ecosystem awakens. In the distance, sounds echo across the plains, the deep roar of lions, the haunting calls of hyenas, and the constant hum of insects, forming a true symphony of wildlife. Tension accompanies every step among the scent of burnt grass and the breath of a wilderness still raw and untamed. Against this backdrop, the silhouette of the African savanna elephant rises majestically, reaching up to 3.3 meters at the shoulder and weighing as much as 7 tons. Its thick, wrinkled, coarse skin contrasts with enormous, fan-shaped ears, which it spreads to catch the wind. Beneath the delicate ear skin, a complex network of blood vessels acts as a natural cooling system, essential during the long, dry months. For the savanna elephant, each day is a journey that can span tens of kilometers in search of water and food. On average, a single individual consumes over 150 kilograms of vegetation and around 200 liters of water daily. During the dry season, scarcity forces them to remember hidden spots in the valleys, where moisture still lingers in the nearly dry stream beds. When necessary, they use their tusks to dig down to underground water sources. On days without direct access to water, they turn to termite mounds or ash-covered soil from previous fires to lick essential minerals. Communication occurs through infrasound frequencies below 20 Hz that can travel tens of kilometers through the ground. These almost imperceptible signals convey directions, alerts, and calls to gather. Whether a group summons another, a mother searches for her calf, or danger approaches, the vibrations travel through earth and air, detectable only by other elephants. Their presence is crucial for maintaining ecological balance. By felling trees to feed, elephants create clearings that allow sunlight to reach the ground, promoting the growth of grasses and young shrubs. These plants sustain hundreds of herbivores, from impalas to wildebeest. By consuming fruits and dispersing seeds across kilometers through their dung, elephants drive plant regeneration in arid regions on a scale unmatched by any other species. Each elephant travels on average more than 500 kilometers per year, redrawing the biological map of the savanna with every step. This region is also home to over 12,000 sable antelopes, moving silently in their constant struggle to survive amidst environmental changes and human presence. They are among the most visually striking antelopes in Africa. The male's glossy black coats reflect sunlight like polished metal, while females display a more subdued reddish-brown hue. Both sexes bear long, curved horns. Males can reach up to 1 meter, while females grow around 80 centimeters. Thanks to constant vigilance and lightning-fast reflexes, sable antelopes are able to evade and confront predators such as lions, leopards, hyenas, and African wild dogs. Unlike many other antelopes that rely solely on flight, sable antelopes can actively defend themselves. When cornered, especially while protecting their young, they use their curved horns to charge directly at aggressors. This rare defensive behavior among herbivores demonstrates that their survival depends not just on escape, but also on the determination to protect the herd. Rather than feeding exclusively on low grasses, as many savanna herbivores do, sable antelopes prefer the leaves of shrubs and trees characteristic of the Miombo biome. Their ruminant digestive system allows them to extract maximum energy from high-fiber plants that are otherwise difficult to digest. Every 2 to 3 days, herds move toward mineral-rich water sources containing calcium and magnesium. This behavior compensates for electrolyte loss from physical exertion and digestion, and helps maintain internal balance during periods of extreme heat. Another species, graceful in movement with ever-alert ears, tells its own story of survival. The greater kudu, one of the largest and most elusive antelopes of northern Mozambique's forests and savannas. Its appearance is unmistakable, a grey-brown coat with reddish tones, marked by 4 to 12 vertical white stripes running from the shoulders to the rump. Adult males boast spectacular spiral horns, averaging 120 centimeters in length, with older individuals sometimes exceeding 180 centimeters. Greater kudus are browsers, feeding mainly on leaves, tender shoots, bark, and occasionally fallen fruits. Their ruminant digestive system allows them to extract energy from vegetation, rich in lignin, a resource inaccessible to many other herbivores. Their survival strategy relies more on camouflage than confrontation. Their large, swiveling ears function like natural antennas, detecting even the faintest sounds in their surroundings. When a threat is sensed, they emit a short, harsh bark to alert the group and then move cautiously away. They do not flee in panic. Instead, they navigate the thickets with agile leaps, like shadows gliding through the vegetation. By choosing concealment over flight, they often evade predators, disappearing from sight without leaving a trace. With a seemingly clumsy gait, awkward steps, and a dull grey coat, the wildebeest is often underestimated, yet it is one of the true engines sustaining the African savanna food chain. Weighing around 250 kilograms and standing up to 1.5 meters at the shoulder, both males and females carry strong, curved horns that can be deadly when threatened. Their sunken eyes, distant yet piercing, are always fixed on the horizon. Wildebeests live in groups that can vary from a few individuals to thousands, constantly shifting according to environmental conditions and predator pressure. When moving in large numbers, they form a living barrier. The weaker individuals are protected within the mass of the herd, while hunters are disoriented by the chaotic movement and the thunder of thousands of hooves striking the earth. They favor fresh green shoots that emerge after the rains, but their digestive system, relying on hindgut fermentation, allows them to utilize dry, fibrous grasses that many other herbivores cannot consume. By feeding on these aged plants, they create space for tender new grass to grow, essential for smaller species such as bush pigs, reedbucks, and hartebeests. Their droppings enrich the soil and stimulate microbial activity, while their tracks carve paths that help rainwater penetrate the ground. Each year, as winds shift and the soil cracks under extreme heat, the wildebeests embark on new movements in search of water and food. Their way of life is closely tied to the rhythm of the seasons. No water. The herd moves. No fresh grass. They keep advancing. In the Niassa Reserve, although there are no iconic rivers or images of massive migrations, a unique subspecies resides here. The Niassa wildebeest is endemic and found nowhere else on Earth. It does not migrate across great distances, but this relative permanence has led to specialized adaptations. It follows a semi-sedentary movement pattern, occupying areas between lowland grass valleys and the edges of miombo forests, where water and food are available, though never abundant. Another species, though not entirely endemic, now survives almost exclusively within this territory, Grant's zebra. It is considered locally endemic due to its extremely limited distribution, practically confined to the boundaries of the Niassa Reserve. Measuring about 2 meters in body length, 1.2 meters at the shoulder, and weighing around 300 kilograms, Grant's zebra is one of the smallest subspecies of the African plains zebra. Its coat features sharply defined black stripes on a pure white background, lacking the subtle shading seen in close relatives. This pattern serves not only as a visual identification signal, but also as a thermal regulation mechanism under the relentless savanna sun. Its primary defense is speed. It can reach up to 85 km/h, a crucial ability for escaping predators such as lions, hyenas, and African wild dogs. Unlike ruminants such as buffalo, antelopes, or giraffes, zebras do not ferment food in the stomach. Instead, they possess a long, highly efficient, large intestine, allowing them to quickly process large volumes of fibrous grass. This adaptation makes them true pioneers of grazing, preparing the ground for other herbivores such as wildebeests, impalas, and sable antelopes to feed on the young shoots that follow. During the day, zebras alternate between feeding, resting, and keeping watch over one another. At night, the herd rests, but at least one individual always remains standing, ears pricked toward the horizon. Every sense is on high alert for the possible presence of lions, hyenas, or Nile crocodiles, especially near river crossings. When danger arises, zebras do not flee chaotically. Instead, they adopt a defensive crescent formation. Adults form a protective perimeter around the young in the center, while the stallion positions himself at the rear. From this position, he can strike back with powerful kicks, strong enough to break a predator's jaw. This collective organization makes Grant's zebra one of the few herbivore species to develop such an effective group defense system against the great hunters of the savanna. Among shaded pathways and the constant murmur of flowing water, vervet monkeys emit sharp, high-pitched calls and move with light, springing leaps, as if the wind were pushing them from branch to branch. Medium-sized, with silvery gray fur, dark faces, and a distinctive white ring of hair around their eyes and mouth. They blend so seamlessly with the foliage that they seem never to have left the forest. When the sun reaches its peak, the group usually takes shelter in the shade of trees to rest, while some individuals remain vigilant, monitoring any suspicious movement in the undergrowth. Each group possesses a complex vocal communication system with more than 30 distinct calls, capable of distinguishing threats from the air, such as eagles, from those approaching on the ground, like leopards or large snakes. When one detects danger, it emits the specific alarm call, and the rest of the group immediately responds with precise behavior, fleeing, climbing trees, or hiding in dense vegetation. This collective response is shaped by both instinct and social learning. Their diverse diet prevents reliance on a single food source. They feed on seasonal fruits, fallen seeds from medium-sized trees, tender leaves, flowers, sap, bark, grasses, insects, bird eggs, lizards, and even small birds. Through this variety, vervet monkeys play a crucial role as seed dispersers, significantly contributing to the natural regeneration of the forest. This concludes our journey through the Niassa Sanctuary, a land where wildlife is shaped by constant battles for survival, Every footprint in the soil, every vigilant gaze among the foliage, tells the story of animals that have learned to endure in a world where nothing is guaranteed. Here, survival is not a privilege. It is the result of adaptation, instinct, and courage in the face of an unforgiving environment. Understanding the struggles that unfold in Niassa is also understanding the extraordinary resilience of nature. These scenes of hunting, fleeing, and endurance are more than confrontations. They are living lessons in ecosystem balance. By observing and learning from this sanctuary, we are reminded of the importance of protecting these unique spaces, where every creature plays a vital role in keeping the cycle of wildlife alive. If this journey into the wild has captivated you, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, Hidden Planet TV, and leave a comment sharing your favorite moment.